So it has been a while since I have done just a chatty video, so let's see how this goes. Do I remember what I'm doing? Last summer I went to an event called Ruckus Retreat, which I intended at the time to make a video about, and then I was busy and it just didn't happen. So I thought I would make a video about it now. So Ruckus Retreat is a 4-day creative retreat in the Welsh countryside in the Brecon Beacons in the National Park, and it was the best event that I went to in 2018 and probably was my highlight of 2018. So the event was created and is run by two amazing people, Rowan and Krish, and they basically came up with it from going to a lot of the kinds of events that I've been to, like VidCon and Summer in the City and those sorts of like conference-y, convention-y sort of things. And the slight frustration, I guess, at how they're very much, you sit and listen to people talk about something but you don't engage with it. Sort of just how the panels tend to work and how there doesn't tend to be much interactive workshops, and yeah, just that they have their limitations, those sorts of events, and they wanted to make something that was a little bit different, and then yeah, Ruckus kind of came out of that. So it was 4 days in August in this absolutely gorgeous manor house, and ridiculous old stately home kind of place. There were these beautiful grounds that just kind of kept going. It was a perfect space for being relaxed and creating stuff and chatting to new people. It was the absolutely perfect venue for that event to take place at. I went to a fair few workshops. I limited myself to not going to something in every session, because I didn't want to exhaust myself, and I also wanted some time to work on my own creative projects whilst I was there. So I did a video after I went to VidCon in Amsterdam in 2017, and I talked about how that was what I really wish that Summer in the City had been like, how by having their separate community and creator tracks, there was a lot more focus on the creator side about making videos, and I then got to be surrounded by other people who wanted to know more about making online video, and it really inspired me, and I learned a lot, and I met a lot of people who were quite focused in what they wanted to do. But Ruckus was completely focused around being a creative space for creative people. Now obviously Ruckus is not a YouTube event, it is not based around online video, it is general creative stuff. Actually, video makers were in the minority at this event. There were a few of us, filmmakers, YouTubers, people like that, but then there was a lot of writers, there were poets, there were playwrights, there were artists. It was any kind of creative discipline you can think of, there was probably someone there who was interested in that. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to attend again this year. I really want to, but I still don't have a job right now, having been finishing up my PhD thesis for what feels like half my life. It's nearly done, but I'm only just starting applying for jobs now. It could be a few months before I get employment, so it's kind of up in the air as to whether I'm going to be able to afford a ticket. Last year they had a sponsor lined up who pulled out at the last minute and caused a heck of a lot of stress. So this year, rather than them trying to somehow scrape the money together afterwards, having put several £1,000s into it of their own money, Krish and Rowan are running a crowdfunding campaign, which I've already donated to, and if you have the ability to, if you do have a small amount of spare cash that you can afford, I would really encourage you to donate just a small amount, because it will really help to make sure that this event actually goes ahead, and it can benefit so many young creatives who need this sort of thing to get them started and motivate them. My videos that aren't the most popular tend to get somewhere around 100 views. And if everybody who watches this goes to the crowdfunder and gives £1, that's 100 quid that goes towards this campaign to make sure that this really amazing event goes ahead. And that would be great. If we could just get a little bit of extra money into their crowdfunder, that would be fantastic. I may not be able to go to Ruckus again this year, but there's a lot of people who will definitely benefit from going, and it would be amazing if we could make sure that the event does go ahead. So if you can donate, all the information's in the description. Go check out their crowdfunding. There's various different perks for different levels of things. So yeah, if you could go check that out, that would be great. I wrote a few diary entries when I was there because I wanted to make sure I remembered how I was feeling at the time. This was the last night that we were there. I wrote, "Today was awesome. It's like 1:30 a.m. I write like this. Today was awesome. It's like 1:30 a.m. and I just got in from a bonfire and all I feel is this amazing sense of belonging. I feel so validated as a creative. I still feel like I'm a scientist, but I can be both.